That's a hockey, it's only a game. Why do you have to be mad? He's a good guy. He may be charged to live here because here in November month is a minus 32. Could you imagine?
The long wait is over.
The countdown is on. 3, 2, 1. It's over.
Oh, welcome back, Plugs and Thugs, episode 103.
What up?
What up, guys?
What up?
Scott got a whole new setup and it's still cutting off half his head.
Hi.
It's pretty hard because that's a big ass fucking head.
Yeah, I got it's mostly hair.
Woo! Hot fire.
Yeah, I'm gonna have the carnival later.
What's up, everybody?
What up?
How's it going, guys?
Bring out the horn.
Oh, I like it. Bring out the horn.
I'm drunk. I got vodka ginger ale.
Oh, nice.
Jesus.
That's okay.
Scott is trying to forget today.
That's
Yes,
okay.
sir.
Nothing wrong with that. But appreciate everybody tuning in. Yes, I did forget the starting soon, but that's also because Alex and I sat here waiting for everybody else.
I had
Dave
some
will be
converting
joining.
and shit to do.
Yeah, that's true.
Windows is updating, so happens.
Windows was updating for Scott. Zach had, something going on. Dave will be joining us very shortly. I think he had just gotten home, so
Spoilers.
no spoiler. We're just hoping Dave joins us, at some point during an episode, so that's okay.
I'm sure he will.
But yeah, as always, plugs. You can catch Zach and I on NZHL Media Show every Monday. It's going to be really funny when the bot works today and adds everyone because I did not update it.
I was thinking it. I just didn't say anything.
It's
some people don't know.
It's called high fashion, dude. All
I
right.
respect it. I respect it completely.
I didn't want to go just full. I didn't want to go just full stash, so I leave.
It just worked.
I like it.
I leave the
Zach,
bottom.
it worked.
Oh, the actual bot went through.
Yep.
God damn, dude, that shit takes forever, dude.
The entire intro played.
Whoops, but worked. Thank you, dude. But yeah,
it's
I
good.
got rid of the beard because I have a really thick, oily beard. So when it's hot,
That's hilarious.
when it's hot, like it makes my skin like irritated and flake up, and it's just
I feel that. Not really.
shaved her off, dude. And then I do this
Shaved
every
it all
year, dude.
off.
During the summer,
That's
I fucking shave off the beard, do the pirate like goatee for a little bit, and then I fucking let the beard grow back. So my winter coat will be in full effect by the time
Hell
winter rolls
yeah.
around.
It's true. It is true. Then you can
Shut up, Chubb.
You can also catch Zach and Alex on Dungeons and Dummies. Zach, do your nice little intro you always do. Or
For
plug.
what?
For
Oh,
Dungeons and
Correct.
You can catch me and Alex on the Dungeons and Dummies every Wednesday at 6. I'm the star of the show. Alex is kind of just the secondary character. I make the show. I'm the best part of the show. So come and watch me. I mean, Alex is there too, so it's kind of cool. So
Yeah, come watch a group of 3 D&D players sit around while one guy with a mustache yells over everybody else.
and makes the entire show go round.
Yep.
And gets us into really sticky situations.
I don't know. I'm fans of all 4 people in the podcast, so I just tend to watch them for all 4. So, but Zach is just a very lovable character. Alex is just amazing.
A great fucking D&D player.
That too. He taught me.
I try.
He did teach me.
I mean, they've been trying to teach me, and I haven't learned a fucking thing yet, dude.
Nah, you really haven't. You're really bad at this. You're terrible.
I'm good at the role playing part, man. I'm good at fucking.
But you're better than Dave, and at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
Yeah, that's true.
And way better than Chubb because you showed up for more than one session.
Yeah, this is true. You can also catch
true.
me and Dave on the Zach and Dave Make a Podcast show.
Someday this century.
Actually got hit up by my lady today and asked if we were ever going to do one again. And I said, yeah, probably.
Lori said, when are you doing one?
Yeah, probably, dude.
Lori said, I know Dave is unreliable, but...
Damn, like that about Dave.
Yikes.
Man,
Yikes.
why? She didn't do this to me, bro. I did it.
You know who that is? Calm down, Oz. That's the beautiful Alex.
He makes the same joke every week. It's hilarious.
I know. Yeah. It is.
We get it. He's got the Rock of Jerusalem on his face.
Easter Island.
Cue Oswald Googling the Rock of Jerusalem.
We don't know about that here in Wisconsin.
Yeah, as he brushes his hair off of his face and ties it back around his waist.
We love Tillamook around these parts.
Oh, fuck.
But yeah, you can catch us on Twitter at in the NTRL zone.
Yeah,
I did it right this time. And then you can catch us on Instagram at itnz.hockey. You also catch us on YouTube in the Neutral Zone Hockey Podcast. Also on Twitch, Neutral Zone Hockey League or just Neutral Zone. It's kind of where we pump out a lot of our content and shit. So if you like and subscribe there, thank you. We appreciate it. If you don't, fuck you.
It's our podcast. We do what we want.
Actually true.
Oh shit.
Yes.
Oh shit.
He did.
The gang's all here.
The gang is all here, dude.
The gang's all here.
The undeniable, the unreliable.
It's
Mostly unreliable.
mostly unreliable.
At least he knows.
Lori hit me up a little bit ago and asked when we were going to do
Mostly unreliable.
Zach and Dave Make a Podcast. I was like, ooh, that's a good question. I don't know.
Not sure.
Whenever Zach has time.
I'm
got
a
like
busy
50
man.
shows.
Dude.
Damn.
I am doing like 50 fucking shows.
50 shows.
I'm a busy man, bro. What can I say?
Chill
I'm
out,
wanted,
man.
Dude.
He's
I'm
just
wanted.
a
I'm
wanted
sorry.
man.
Yeah,
'Cause I'm wanted.
I want you, dude.
Zach has become the Terry Crews of podcasting.
But I can't.
But we
make my
need you to
pets
do the
dance.
tits.
I
You
can't.
show the tits, but you don't get them moving.
I can't. Oh, all right, hold on. Ba, 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 ba. You guys made me really feel like I had tits right there. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that.
I meant your nipples. My bad.
Fuck
was a very-
Well, you should feel that way, 'cause you kinda do.
Listen, I'm in like
Hey,
recovery
fuck
mode
off,
right
little
now.
bitch boy.
Recovery
What?
from what?
I'm in recovery mode right now. I need more.
Yeah,
More.
Drunk
Hungover?
Scott on the mic sounds like Dave anytime he moves more than 4 inches away from his mic.
Is it? Oh, do I sound far away?
Ooh,
Damn.
cloud party, huh?
A little
Yeah,
bit.
This guy.
Is this
Tell me
better?
why this looks
That's
like
a little
Mike
something.
Tyson.
Yeah, a little something.
Now, Kith.
Now, Keith.
Because it is Mike Tyson.
What is that, Alex? What
Is
is
it?
that?
That's
It's
because
a bottle of
Tyson.
water.
Gross. Who drinks water?
Filled with
That's
vodka.
I
disgusting.
also have these.
All right. So we don't really have
How you guys doing,
a
man?
full-fledged. We're good, man. How are you?
we have topics. That's all we
All right.
ever want to do, but sometimes we have to go through notes. But luckily, we had some important stuff happen over the last couple days. Obviously,
Right.
we all know the Seattle Kraken
They got it crack.
have a roster.
Yeah,
They got it cracking.
They got a Kraken, dog.
They got
Yeah.
a crack a lacking.
Crack-a-lackin'. Yes, they did.
So I
They,
was
Yeah.
thinking we can kind of go piece by piece, or
Yes.
just team by team, and talk about who they picked, who we thought they probably should have picked, and then kind of go from there.
I was thinking a similar thing, but we should run through the roster and then go team to team.
Well, I mean, wouldn't that be the same thing?
I don't fucking know. Whatever you want to
Yeah,
do.
that's literally the same thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Eat my ass. All right, we can.
You
do
just
that too.
said what Zach said.
No, I
but
meant
longer.
read through their. No, I just meant read through their roster, and then we can go team to team. And then Zach meant front. It's the same fucking thing. I don't care what
Sounds like
way we
Zach's
do it.
idea with extra steps.
It sounds like oh, never mind.
All right.
What is it? What is it from
Alex
Rick and Morty?
officially hates me now. So
It sounds like slavery, but without the what does he say? Fuck.
without
No,
what?
don't raise your eyebrows, dude. It was on Rick and Morty, dude. Fucking thank Rick and Morty.
I'm not even gonna say
Oh, it
anything,
sounds like
dude.
it sounds like slavery, but without the
The
extra
Twitch,
steps.
the Twitch legal
No,
team
it
in my
sounds-
head
it sounds
is
like
like going
slavery,
off.
but with extra steps.
Yeah, there it is.
They're seriously
There it
pissed
is.
off.
It's Rick and
Oh,
Morty.
that's
Don't
fine.
blame me. So from the Anaheim Ducks, we had Hayden Fleury. Plays D. $1.3 million cap hit.
That's a big
Cool.
loss.
That is a big loss.
Yeah,
for the Ducks.
actually.
They had just traded for him
Mm-hmm.
this past season.
Yeah,
Who'd they give up for him?
that's a big loss for Anaheim.
I don't know.
That's
Let's look
a
that
big.
up. Hold on.
That's a big gain. I like the pick for Seattle. Because,
Oh, it was Hakanpah.
Oh yeah, they
Oh.
traded for him. Yeah, Tanner is not very happy about this trade. He called me, or not trade, this pick. He was hoping that Anaheim did something beforehand to make sure that this didn't happen because he actually called me when the draft was happening. They picked Fleury.
Was he like this? Was he like, shit? Fuck,
Pretty much.
shit!"
He called me because he was
pretty
at work
much.
and didn't really see the whole leaking roster like every 5 minutes. Like
Can
we
I
did.
say something about that? I
Yeah,
thought that
please.
was so fucking annoying, and that's all I wanted to
was.
say about it because it
It was.
made no point to watch the show later.
I
So
think that was the point.
Yeah, I was mad at you
No, the
guys.
show, the
Daniel,
show was
Alex.
definitely still worth it.
Sorry.
Some of those chirps were vicious.
yeah, they were.
Yeah.
No, I
But you have
think
every other
ESPN
NHL
did a-
fan saying it was shit.
I think ESPN did a great job with the actual show, but I do agree
Oh, yeah.
it really sucked that you had all the teams submit, or Seattle had to submit their picks by 7 a.m. Pacific time, 10 a.m. Eastern.
So weird.
And then the draft wasn't even until 5 Pacific, 8 Eastern.
Yeah, that was dumb.
Of course,
What
all of
time
the
specifically?
plugged-in reporters are going to report what they saw on Twitter because everybody goes there. And
Exactly.
everybody knew the roster before fucking noon.
I know it's fucking bullshit. I hated it. I thought it was so fucking stupid. They
Yeah.
ruined the fucking draft. Shut the fuck up for once, bro. Nobody cares if you break it first, dude.
Yeah, I've always found that to be so strange about like people on Twitter. Like this is it. You're partnering up with ESPN to like put on a show, and this is like your first big thing with the NHL and your partnership. And like I think all those dudes kind of ruined it. But
Yep.
it is what it
You
is.
heard it here first, folks. I was right first.
You heard
Yeah,
it
the
here
only
first.
pick we didn't know was Detroit. Yeah.
I'll tell you this right now.
To
You're hearing it
quote
first.
Dennis
I was
Bernstein-
pissed.
To
Go
quote
ahead.
Dennis Bernstein, nothing matters but this. Twitter is life.
Fuck out of here.
No.
Man.
I
The man
mean,
is completely- some of
as
those
hot as
guys
his
do not-
MMA
hold on.
takes.
Before we continue, I mean, the thing is, I'm torn on this because I normally enjoy the breaking news on Twitter because it usually is broke there first. But for something like this, like you said, Dave, this is the first big show for ESPN getting the NHL back. They could have done a much better job keeping that close to the vest and actually having a spectacle out of it instead of everybody knowing the roster beforehand.
Oh,
and
for sure.
the only
And-
people then that tuned in are people that are actually hockey fans because they still want to watch the expansion
Hockey.
draft and see, all the chirps like Alex mentioned. because they know it's going to be a show. The people that are not hockey fans, oh, great, I know who the Kraken chose. I'll watch later this year.
I wouldn't even blame it on. I wouldn't even blame it on
I don't
the network.
blame
I would
the
blame it on.
reporters.
I would blame it on the league and the individual franchises
Yes.
as a whole.
Yes.
For allowing
Because
it.
you don't need.
Yeah, I don't.
All you have to do is say internally, okay, nobody talks until the pick is announced, and that's it. You
Yep.
squash it right
Mhm.
there.
I agree.
Yeah.
You know, the
Yeah,
other thing that I thought was, I don't know if it was true or not, but did one of the guys call the Carolina Hurricanes the Carolina Panthers?
Yeah.
They did.
My word, man, that is embarrassing.
It's a mistake, man. People make
Yep.
mistakes. We had
I
a
don't know.
president of the United States who made fucking mistakes for fucking 4 years, dude. I mean,
Let's not go there.
I'm not
Okay, this is turning into a Zadmap topic.
I'm not going to fault ESPN, who covers countless
Listen,
sports.
the price
to
of
mix up-
gas. Fucking price of gas.
Anybody from Anaheim, you guys thought that they would protect, or they would have rather
Taken
than pick?
otherwise.
Yeah,
I mean, we
Not-
did the whole like last week. We kind of like went through every team and who we thought they were
Yeah,
going to
right.
pick.
Was I there?
Yeah.
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 I don't remember that, but all right.
You made a comment
It
about
was a week
about
ago.
halfway through.
Yeah. We kind of gave our guess. At that point, we didn't know who they were going to protect yet either. So,
It's true.
or officially. I think it was a great pick for Seattle.
Yeah, Anaheim for
I
sure.
think it's a big loss for Anaheim.
Yeah.
He's young
I don't know
still,
about
dude.
a big loss because that decor isn't super old yet, and Hayden.
But it's also
Ford
not
really
super
got-
good.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
not
but
deep.
he hasn't developed into the player people thought he would yet. Now he still might, but he's approaching those mid-20s real quick.
Defense
Yeah.
can take a while, dude.
But at the same time, they just traded Hockenpah for this guy.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like for Seattle, it's a low risk, high reward, and they took a few of those in this draft where they're young guys who haven't really panned out yet, who might crack into the NHL with a change of scenery. So we'll see. But yeah, I agree with what Adam said in the comments. There was really no other pick they could have made. Nothing else really made sense.
Yeah. I agree.
Well, yeah, when you're trying to build a team full of defensemen, I guess that's what you do.
Yeah.
Up next, we have the Arizona Coyotes. They took Tyler Pitlick, right wing, 1.75 mil per year. This
they
guy's
immediately
a Kings
traded.
killer.
Yep.
Doesn't matter because he's gone.
Yeah.
Straight
we
to
can,
Calgary.
I would
Yeah.
say we can hit those too. It's like the same thing. Some of these picks too. Again, obviously we we talked about it yesterday. Alex was saying, yeah, I feel like they took 6 forwards and 24 D-men. A lot of these were kind of picks that had to do with immediate flips to other teams. And
Which
Pitlick
doesn't really
immediately
make
as soon
sense
as
to me.
it Freeze got picked up and Pitlick was shipped
Yeah.
off to Calgary.
It doesn't make
Calgary.
sense to me regardless because Ron Francis was saying that a lot of the decisions they made were made with cap in mind, being that he's been allowed by the owners to spend up to the cap ceiling in the first season. But he wanted to get in as close to the cap floor as possible after the draft and stack draft picks, which if you're trying to build a competitive team from year one, how do you sell players in free agency, the big name players, to come to your city where there's no established NHL fan base, no established track record of success, and tell them, come win here in the peak years of your career with all these prospects and all this money that we have and nothing to show for it yet?
I mean, there'll probably be some free agents who want a fresh change, dude, and want the big contract because Seattle can pay it.
Yeah.
I agree, but I mean, a lot of these guys.
catch-22.
Yeah, a lot of these guys heading to free agency, like Gabe Landeskog, who's potentially going to free agency but might not, Dougie Hamilton, etc. These guys are in the peak years of their careers, and they want to win now. They don't want to sign another massive contract on a team that may or may not be good in the next 3, 4, 5 years. We don't know. They want to go to established franchises. So I just feel like it's going to be a hard sell for the top free agents.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with what you're saying, Alex, because I was still shocked. Like, for me, it wasn't a shock that they didn't go after a Carey Price with a $10.5 million contract.
Wait.
Sorry.
I haven't even gone there yet.
Sorry. David Lee?
His internet crashed.
Yeah.
He said.
Davicho.
From the Boston Bruins, we had Jeremy Lazon, another defenseman. I actually like this pick as well. Young kid. They might be able to develop him into. Yeah, they might be able to develop him into something really good.
He's a black hole offensively, but his defensive capability is pretty solid. But it's kind of the same thing as the 40 pick, right? Where it's a prospect that was highly touted, who didn't really work out, maybe needs a change of scenery, maybe will develop into a good second pairing, third pairing D-man, but they drafted a lot of those guys.
Yeah,
they did. They drafted some big kids.
Is it going to turn into the same thing where they've built their defensive pipeline so deep with guys that they can't really get much of a return for, that they're taking gambles on, that still won't pan out because they don't get the ice time or not?
It's true. Buffalo
Their top
Sabres.
Their top four looks good. That's all. Their top four D pairing looks good.
I agree.
Buffalo Sabres forked up Will Borgen. I mean, they should have took Jeff
organizational depth.
That's just
organizational depth. Yeah, I mean they do. No, I agree. I mean that's the thing, is everybody does forget in this draft they do try to stockpile some of these picks for AHL.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it's not everybody going to roster.
The first big name off this board that we're going through, Mark Giordano from the Calgary Flames, went to Seattle. I think that's a great pick by
captain.
them.
Yeah, 100%. That's captain. Yeah.
I love the comment you made.
What?
The one Alex made. Now they finally can know what it feels like to fucking draft.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. At what, 38 years old or 36 years old?
Yeah, 37. He finally got drafted.
37 years old. Finally got drafted.
He's definitely going to be the captain of Seattle.
And I mean,
that's a good captain.
For the organization too, it makes sense because he's got a short-term deal left for not a lot for a guy who won the Norris 3 years ago now.
I think it was,
where he averaged he had 73 points. I think it was 17, 18 that he had.
No,
he had
I think 3 years ago.
72 points in 73
games.
Oh,
yeah, it was a short season 3 years ago.
Yeah. Even if he averages, 40 to 50 points a season for the next 2 seasons, that's a great pickup of that contract. And if he falls off a cliff in 2 years, no worries.
Yeah.
You're not tied in for a long time, but you've got a guy who's experienced defensively, used to be an elite, almost franchise caliber D-man, still a solid top 4 D-man that can mentor your youth and also mentor the locker room as a whole. Not that he comes from Stanley Cup winning pedigree, but from a veteran standpoint in general as well. Yeah. Or anyways, rather.
I think it was a great pick.
Yeah, great pickup.
All in all, great pick. Carolina Hurricanes forked over Morgan Geekie. I think this is a great pickup, dude. Young kid.
I think so too.
He has a lot of upside. He played very well for Carolina. I think this is another one of those kids that Ron Francis drafted, no?
Yeah.
When he was with Carolina?
Yeah. The only concern I see with this pick is, 2 things. Number one, he did have a breakout season last year, but he had a breakout season in a third-line role, right? Is this guy good enough to crack your top 6? Hopefully.
And the thing is, too, is it's more so who they didn't take on this. I think we were all in agreement last week. Everybody pretty much top to bottom thought they were going to take Jake Bean.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And, it was kind of a shocker there. A lot of these, it's not really that the player has no potential or anything like that. It's just more so who they could have taken when we're, making our comments. But yeah, I mean, I think it's a solid pickup for what was available. With all the D-men that they already took. I mean, honestly, I think they're hoping he cracks the top 6.
I was really surprised they didn't take Nino Niederreiter. because
that's
Mito
interesting pick.
Niederreiter is not the best player in your franchise, but he has been a reliable top 6 player everywhere he's gone his entire career.
Yeah.
And we'll go through it later, but looking at their top 6, man, they really could have used another reliable top 6 winger.
Yeah. Don't disagree at all. Scott?
What are
Anything
you
to say
doing
there?
down there, bud? You haven't said a
What
word
do you
in like
mean?
3
I
years.
know. Listen, I'm kind of sleepy. I'm not gonna lie.
All right. That's fine.
I'm just focused on what you guys are saying.
It's fair. Just making sure you didn't have any input.
I do
there.
have some points to talk about later, though.
Okay.
Why don't you take
For
a little
certain
snooze,
teams.
bud?
Take a little nap during the podcast.
Take a little snoozy.
On camera. That's fine.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead, Zach.
Up next, we had the Chicago Blackhawks. They took John Quenneville. That's a pick.
Organizational
Certainly.
depth.
That
Yeah,
is a
pretty
pick.
much.
Yeah. I mean, he hasn't really cracked the lineup with Chicago.
I think they thought they were drafting the coach.
But I mean,
The second cousin, actually.
Yeah.
yeah, that's a pick.
That was a
Colorado,
good pick.
Colorado, they drafted Jonas Donskoy, which I think is a good pick.
That's
That's
a
a
great
good
pick.
pick.
Especially if they
great
try to
pick.
go after Landeskog in free agency. I
Yeah,
think if they
pair
manage
together.
to
Yeah.
snag Landeskog in free agency while drafting Donskoy, I think that's amazing.
that would be a good pickup for him. From the Columbus Blue Jackets, I mean, this is a name, Gavin Bayreuther. No idea who this is.
That's a big miss. To me, I don't know Bayreuther. I understand he may be, a prospect that has some upside.
He's a UFA
most
though.
people. Yeah, but I still think, why would you
organizational
not
depth.
take Domi?
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
get that.
I don't
Yeah,
understand.
I don't get that.
I gotta agree
Why
with
would
that.
you not take Domi from this team?
Mm-hmm.
That is a swing and a fucking miss, dude.
And that's my thing is maybe Bayreuther is, has some upside that I don't know clearly about.
They even
but
said that he wasn't drafted with the idea of him cracking the NHL roster.
so they drafted AHL depth here when they could have got
When they could have gotten
Max
a
Domi.
first-line center.
The word was no chance they take Domi. I mean, that is just idiotic, to be quite honest.
Yeah, I don't understand that. I think Domi is a very good player. He plays great two-way. I think it would have been a nice cornerstone for that team. And again, I think he's fine in Columbus, but I think Seattle would have been that would have been the much better pick for this one.
Yeah.
They
For sure.
swung
Especially
and
the route
missed.
they went.
Yeah, they swung and missed on a couple picks. Up next, we had the Dallas Stars. They took Jamie Alexiak, which I think is a great pickup.
And a no-brainer. I think we
Yep.
all thought this was coming.
Yeah, he is a great defenseman. He's gonna be really good up in Seattle.
He's
I like
reliable.
him.
Turns out he's fucking massive, as
Oh,
it
he's
turns out.
Oh, he's huge, dude. He's like 6'7", and then he's like 6'9" or 6'10" on his skates.
His nickname
don't
is
know.
literally Big Rig.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
also what they called Curtis McDermott, dude.
No,
He's
Big
also
Rig, they
built
called,
like a big
they,
rig.
they also called what's his name that? Jesus.
You know what they don't call that? My
What?
dick. Up next, from the Detroit Red Wings, we had Dennis Chwalski. I actually like this pick.
I don't think it was bad.
I like this pick a
Wow.
lot too. A lot of people were bad mouthing this pick, but this is a guy who was drafted 5 years ago
Yeah.
that was supposed to develop into an elite D-man who, okay, maybe he won't, but still has top forward potential. He's only 21 years old. That's a great pick.
Yeah, man, defensemen take a lot longer than forwards to develop, dude.
And also when you're on a trash ass team.
Very true.
That's difficult. That's difficult. From the Edmonton Oilers, they decided to take UFA Adam Larson. Okay. You could have
They
just-
signed him.
hold on.
Him and Alexiak, they signed via that was UFA's.
They signed, yeah.
Yeah.
And the Adam Larson deal is actually really, really good. Adam Larson, people forget, if you look at his numbers, is one of the best defensive D-men in the league. He didn't pan out into the two-way threat that everybody wanted him to, but he's a really solid defensive D-man, and they signed him to a 4x4.
And
Was
just
he as good as
remember
Taylor
this.
Hall?
Just remember this. The Edmonton Oilers have now traded Taylor Hall for nothing.
Officially, they have traded Taylor Hall. That trade tree,
And they're gonna sign Tyson Barrie potentially to replace him.
Right.
That is the signing.
Way to go, buddies.
Adam Larson right now, I think, is 26 years old. So at the end of his contract, he'll be 30. And they're only paying him $4 million a season for the next 4 years. That's a great contract.
That is
yeah.
not bad.
Yeah, not bad at all. That was
And Adam had said,
great for them.
I don't have the permissions, but if you can highlight what Adam said on Larson, I kind of agree with that. Larson would have gone for much more if he hit an open market.
I agree. He would have gotten 5.5.
At least.
I also agree with that.
Florida Panthers,
Very good pick for them.
Seattle Kraken took Chris Drager from the Florida Panthers. It's another one of those. I'm going to draft the right so I can sign him. Yep, I like that pickup, man.
That's a very good pickup.
Yeah, he's a solid goalie, and
he might be the starter.
Florida kind of fucked
Or
themselves
most likely,
with
actually.
Bobrovsky.
Yeah. I mean, I think this is a very, very. I mean, this was kind of speculated for quite a while. I mean, we saw that whole trip that he went on to the West Coast after the season ended. I know it was kind of talked about that. Is this going to happen a little bit sooner than we thought? No, he ended up only signing very recently, but Drager broke. He broke out late. He's 27. I mean, he's only 27, and as a goalie, they last a little bit longer than the rest of the skaters. Don't go as long as the goalies. They can be around for quite a while.
Well, and they take longer to develop. So
yes.
A goalie's not going to reach their peak until like 31, 32.
Mm-hmm. If he doesn't,
yeah.
If he doesn't backtrack on how well he played in Florida, this becomes the best starting goalie contract in the NHL right now.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Unless we get to another signing later and trade.
This one's near and dear to our heart because he was the best king available to be taken, but the Seattle Kraken
two-way
took Curtis McDermott. They took Curtis McDermott.
I actually hate this pick, both because I love Curtis McDermott and because I think organizationally it was a poor choice.
Oh, it was a terrible choice. They could have picked Cale Clegg and been so much better off.
They could have picked Cale Clegg, and if they wanted to bolster their defensive numbers, they could have had a kid that's about to crack the NHL. If they wanted depth, which they need forward depth really bad, they could have grabbed Wagner, or they could have grabbed Blake Lizotte.
Yep.
Who's already developed a more reliable third-line center in the NHL.
Hold on. But Curtis McDermott was transitioning to become a fourth-line winger.
Yep. Curtis McDermott. Curtis McDermott. But yeah,
I just don't know how. I don't know how you don't go with Blake.
And how did they reveal him?
I didn't see.
No, you laughed at it earlier. It was a joke.
Oh yeah, with the traffic cone.
Traffic cone on the Seattle bridge. They just picked him up. Oh, he's here.
He is a terrible defenseman in this league. Up next, this is another pick. They took from the Minnesota Wild, Carson Soucy.
I like that pick.
I think it's a decent pick.
No, I actually like that. Soucy was
From
good.
Minnesota, yeah.
They should have took Zach Parise. They did.
Oh, yikes. He already got released. Unfortunate. They can still sign him.
True.
Now, here's one pick that I am just absolutely flabbergasted about, dude.
Okay.
What
is
absolutely flabbergasted. From the Montreal Canadiens, they selected Cale Fleury.
Just have fun.
Instead of Carey fucking Price, dude.
Have fun. Pick Price. Who cares about the contract? It's fun. He goes to Seattle. His wife lives in Seattle. Just have fun.
And he becomes your starting fucking goalie.
Yeah, exactly.
But they picked Cale fucking Fleury.
To be fair,
what I
brothers
heard
are
was-
now on the same
Hold
team.
on. Hold on.
Yeah.
And
And-
a flurry had to be taken in an expansion draft. That's why.
There was another one.
That's
There were
fine.
some
You
injuries
needed
of two.
two. They had to one up from the last one. That's why.
Yeah. What I heard was Ron Francis got access to Carey Price's medical records, and they were a big concern for the longevity of that contract, and it scared them out of
Except
buying.
now today, once the expansion draft is over, there is no long-term concerns about Mr. Carey Price.
Uh-huh.
Did you see that? Did you see the meme of the guy in the full body cast?
In the full body cast? Yeah.
I just think that was a huge swing and a miss, dude.
See, yeah, I agree. So at the very beginning, I think when we talked last week, I didn't think Carey Price was a realistic option. I didn't think they wanted to go. Again, we talked about the Vegas route of taking too many guys that were going to need, ups on their contract by the time they expired, which is where they're at now. But at the same time, the way they ended up going, taking on Carey Price's contract here, again, people thought that maybe the Canadians were going to be one of the last teams up on the expansion draft. That was pre-finding out we were going to get the complete roster before the show actually aired. The thing is we thought maybe Carolina would have been Montreal was going to be one of the last teams that came up, because if they built a team that they were okay with or happy with as far as being able to make trades or depth, all that good stuff, they were going to be able to get a named guy. This brings marketability if they were to pick a guy like Carey Price, who could be great for the next couple of seasons if you build a good team in front of him.
Yep.
I think this would have been huge.
I don't know who said this, but somebody was quoted as saying that it doesn't matter about Carey Price's contract because the amount of Carey Price merchandise you'll sell in the first 5 minits you open your team store is going to pay for it tenfold.
Yeah, I agree. I think this would have been a very, very good pick. It goes to the whole Marc-Andre Fleury thing for Vegas. It was he was a guy that was kind of obviously on his way out in Pittsburgh. He got exposed because they wanted the younger guy, and he was in the playoffs, but he had got them cups.
Yeah.
But the marketability was huge. Everybody wanted the Marc-Andre Fleury, and then he wins the Vezina. I mean, this past season, it does factor in when you're that kind of guy for an expansion team. All of that shit it helps. I think Carey Price has much more to give, and it would have been a very, very good pick for Seattle.
They're just gonna waste his fucking good year, the rest of his good years in fucking Montreal.
Because we know Montreal's not making the playoffs next year.
Nope.
Except
Not gonna happen.
Wait till Cole Caulfield comes down and scores 75 goals.
Wouldn't that be something?
That'd be insane.
Wait till fucking Curtis McDermott lines him up for one hit and fucking scrambles his brains.
He takes him out for 3 seasons.
Yeah. Just wait. He didn't play against any big bodies last season, dude, or any team that fucking. I mean, guess Vegas, but I mean, look how like
Jake Muzzin for about 5 minutes, and then that's it.
Yeah, that's true. Who's the next team after Montreal?
From the Nashville Predators, they selected Calle Yarncrook, which I like a lot.
I like a lot.
That's
actually.
a good pick. Mm-hmm. That's a good pick.
That's a good pick considering that Nashville didn't want to give up Victor Arvidsson for nothing and ended up giving up Victor Arvidsson for nothing to LA.
For
anyways.
nothing. Yep. One man's trash is another man's treasure.
Yeah, Yarncroke is I think Yarncroke is a solid player. Again, based on the makeup of this team, I still am surprised that they didn't take some of the guys that were exposed. I know they had kind of some inflated contracts, but you look at
who ended up being exposed.
Well, Duchesne was available, I believe.
That would have been a solid pickup.
That's the thing is a lot of this we were coming up with our picks last week without the known
full protection list. Yeah,
correct. Who they ended up deciding to protect, all of that, but with all of the cap, now we're looking at this hindsight with all the cap they have available. A guy again that maybe not as marketable as a Carey Price. Still, Matt Duchene is it's a bigger name in the league. A fresh start and a new franchise could be great. Yeah.
He didn't want to go there though because it's not the country capital of the world.
I mean, like, how many chances are you going to give Matt Duchene though?
I don't know.
That's a really good point.
Ukulele, it's fine.
Where did he go after Colorado?
Nashville, right? Oh no! He went to Ottawa.
Columbus.
Yeah, he was in Ottawa.
Wasn't it Ottawa first, and then he went to Columbus?
He was in Ottawa for half a season. He stopped for a beer
and then went to
Columbus.
Yeah, correct. Yep.
That's right. He was in Columbus for a while. Yep, you're right. From the New Jersey Devils. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, I was about to say. I think we talked about that.
From the New Jersey Devils, we have Nathan Bastian. That's a good young prospect.
That's a good young forward prospect. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that
pick.
Bastian, yeah, I think he's got potential, and I think that was a solid pick too.
From the New York Islanders, they selected Jordan Eberle.
This was the best pick of the draft.
Yep.
Yeah, I think this is the best pick of the draft.
I agree 100%. This is the best pick of the draft.
Such a good player.
Yeah.
Like,
he's a good player. I think this was a good pick. Well, him and another player that we'll get to. Or, no, we didn't get to them yet.
From the New York Rangers, they selected Colin Blackwell, which I think is a great pick well.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah,
he had a breakout season. Now, people should moderate their expectations because there's no way he has the shooting percentage that he had last season again. That it's not a maintainable pace, but even if he gets 10% less than that, that's still a really great value pickup.
Yeah, this was one of those
player to round out your top 9.
This was one of those picks that people were actually talking about late last night that maybe they were going to work a deal so that way they did not take Blackwell. But nothing ended up getting figured out, and they did. I think it's a solid pickup too.
I feel like Ron Francis did this to every team in the NHL. He went, "Surprise, motherfucker!"
Except LA. He called Curtis McDermott's name, and Rob Blake's like, "Let me pack your bags for you."
Well, all right. So the story behind that is this, dude. I'm gonna go. Ron Francis played with Curtis McDermott's dad. In the NHL, they played on the Hartford Whalers together.
Damn,
so
I didn't know that.
He knows what kind of person Curtis McDermott is. He, watched him grow up. Things of that nature.
There was definitely you could look at some of these picks and you could tell some of these guys were drafted for locker room presence.
Yep, and that's what Curtis McDermott is drafted for. Everybody's going to miss him in the locker room of the Kings, but we're not going to miss him on the ice.
No,
not at all.
Absolutely not. From
Maybe
the Ottawa
he can come back as like a conditioning coach.
Yeah,
10
from
years.
The Ottawa Senators, they chose Joey Decord. That's a pick.
That's a pick.
That is a pick. I don't even know anything about this guy.
I don't know either, to be honest.
No. Moving on. Next up on the list are the Philadelphia Flyers, and they chose Carson Terwinski. And I actually think this is a great fucking pickup. This kid has a lot of upside.
Yeah, I think there are bigger names that you could obviously picked, but then it's bigger names for a much larger contract.
Yeah, Voracek was available.
I'm actually really glad that they swayed away from Jakub Voracek.
Yeah,
because it's a look. He's got $7 million for I think another 2 seasons, but unlike Tarasenko, who was an option at almost the same AAV. Way less productivity the last couple seasons or even the last 5 years than a name like Tarasenko. So, I think this is a great pick. This is probably one of their best picks for the draft.
I think so, too. From the Pittsburgh Penguins, they chose Brandon Tanev, which I think is a great pick. I think that's a great pickup. I don't know if you guys saw better
pick.
Oh, yeah? Who's that?
Zach Aston Reese. Younger, same type of player, less money.
But they do have to hit cap floor. They do have to.
There's other ways they could have hit it. I mean, it's still a good pick. Don't get me wrong. I don't hate it. And for marketability, it's going to be really good too because his brother plays right above him.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome.
So that rivalry got a lot more interesting when there's two brothers playing against each other.
Yep. I also like during his interview, they asked him about his fucking headshot and he laughed about it.
Oh,
Said,
yeah.
We'll just say that I saw a ghost. What he meant to say was, I was high on cocaine.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
That's what he meant to say.
So I had just come from Drew Dowdy's house where I saw a ghost.
Ooh, that's a big oof, dude.
Here, let me see if I can show it. Yeah.
Dude.
Love it.
What is he on, bro? That's what I want to know.
He's gacked in that photo.
I kind of want some right now. Up next, from the San Jose Sharks, we have Alexander True, which I think is a good pickup as well. Good, solid young prospect.
Yeah.
I mean, he was drafted pretty highly by the San Jose Sharks a couple seasons ago. I just think it's a good pickup for them.
Yeah.
It's also the pick
on,
that hurts the most, which
moving
makes
on,
me feel good.
I was actually quite shocked that they didn't take a specific someone from this team. But from the St. Louis Blues, they took Vince Dunn. When they could have taken Vladimir Tarasenko.
Yeah, this is more of who they didn't take. I don't think the pick's bad.
I kind of disagree the more I think about it. I'll tell you why. Dunn's only 24, right? And I feel like he's going to slide into the top 4, and he could actually become their cornerstone D-man, and in 2 or 3 years have a much higher trade value than Tarasenko.
That's true.
Yeah, maybe.
See, again,
They also have control. They also have control over his contract. On the flip, if they did take Tarasenko, even if they didn't want to keep him, they could have gotten a better return now for Tarasenko than Dunn.
Yeah, and this is one of those picks where you didn't really have a wrong answer in my mind because I agree. I think Tarasenko would have been the pick again. They need forward depth. He would have been on your top line, especially if he stays healthy. He's a
especially
big name.
Since he wanted out.
Yeah, he wants out.
Yeah.
He's a big name. He would have been a very good player to build your new franchise around. But at the same time, I mean, Vince Dunn, like you said, he's a really good player. He's going to be good for the team. He's very young.
Yeah.
Who knows though? They might be trying to shop Vince Dunn though, dude, because they know that they can get a hefty return for him now.
Maybe. Whenever we were all really excited at the prospect of him coming to LOA last season, right before the deadline.
Yeah,
correct.
Like Daniel said, I really don't think there was a wrong answer with drafting either one
I'm
of
gonna
those.
go get another beer. Tampa Bay's up next.
Yep. No, go ahead. Continue, Alex. He was just
letting us know. That's all I had. You can jump into Tampa.
Okay. So from Tampa Bay,
we all know who they pick.
So Tampa Bay, the Seattle Kraken chose Yanni Gourde.
Another one of that's probably I'd say the second best pick. I like Jordan Eberle better, but I think that's for sure a very close second.
I like Yanni Gourde better. Yanni Gourde still has a higher ceiling. We haven't seen what he can do on a roster where he gets more ice time. He's been forced into a bottom 6 role for the last 3-4 seasons, even though he's been
because of the team
very
he's on,
good.
Yeah, that's
because he's been playing on a team that has 9 franchise players on it. So
you're right. Yes,
Adam pointed out Gourde is out until November with a shoulder injury, but
we're going to get in that. We're going to get into that. Yes.
But
so
it's also a gamble because how is he going to transition into playing on a team that doesn't have 9 franchise players on it?
I agree. I mean, your point is valid because I mean, again, we still think he's a player that will grow into being that guy, but at the same time, it is a gamble. You have no idea if it's going to pan out.
How much of that guy is he going to turn into?
Are because of he was on the Tampa Bay Lightning for the last several years, and they have so much depth. I mean, looking at his talent, I think he will transition well. I think he will be a good cornerstone player for this team. But again, I mean, we talked about it. I think all four of us, if not most of us, or 4 or 5 or 3 or 5 agreed that we thought they were going to take Tyler Johnson.
It would have been a lot. I think that would have been the smarter play.
I disagree.
Spokane Chiefs.
Yeah, but I feel like Yanni Gord.
He was actually captain of the Spokane Chiefs.
He was, yeah. But Yanni Gord, especially since he's younger, he's on a more manageable contract with some years on it. And on top of that, like you said, Daniel, you don't know what you're going to get with him. But really, on the high side, you get not a franchise caliber center in the NHL, but you get a franchise center for your team. On the low end, you have a very reliable top 6 center regardless.
Yeah.
You don't think so? 6 center?
For Gord?
Yeah.
Yeah. When has he ever played top 6?
I mean, look at the team he's on.
We're talking about Tampa.
He hasn't been able to.
Dude, Tyler Johnson went down to the 4th fucking line. If Yanni Gord was
Tyler
better
Johnson got waived.
If he was better than Tyler Johnson, then Tyler Johnson wouldn't have leapfrogged him to the 2nd line.
By the way, Tyler Johnson is only a year older than Gord.
Is he really? Is Gord 27?
Gord's 29.
Yeah, 29.
Really?
Yeah, eat my nuts with
much
this
younger than that.
young franchise center. Fuck out of here. He's not going to be that. He's a fucking bottom 6.
I still think he could be top 6. I still think he could crack second line.
Yeah.
And I don't even think he's a center. I think he's a winger.
He's a primary center. That's his primary position.
Where? Where does it say this?
Where? Google it. I'll do it with you.
I don't remember him playing center because he was on the line with Barclay Goudreau on the 4th fucking line.
He is a primary center. This one Alex is actually right about.
Alex, stroke it. Stroke.
You can stroke your fucking beard on that, bro. You got to write
Hold on. Say all you want about primary this and that. If you played center, you can transition to wing. Wing to center is another thing.
That's not necessarily true.
I think you could.
It depends your style of play, but if you play both, it's easier to transition to wing.
Yeah, if you play both sides like you, Daniel. Jesus. Ayo.
I don't play both sides. I'm right only.
Right.
Get this man some ice.
Come on.
I don't think Yanni Gord was the best pick. I think Tyler Johnson would have been better because you actually have somebody to center your top line. Yanni Gord is not going to be that. Mm-hmm.
I think there's potential, but I think Tyler. I think we're all in agreement.
$5.17 million for how much?
You do realize
longer?
there's. Hold on. There is a cap floor you have to hit too.
I understand that, but I would have preferred somebody with a little more offensive upside to pay 5 point.
Yeah, I think we were all expecting that Tyler Johnson was going to be the pick here, especially after the playoffs he had and down the stretch.
Now, here's the real question. Is he out until November in Tampa months, or is he out until November in actual months?
Actual months. They said that he just had shoulder surgery, and it's going to be a recovery timeline of 2 to 3 months. So then you have to recover and then build up.
Yeah, get back into play.
Wait, how much is Yanni Gord's contract?
5.17.
Yeah, Tyler Johnson's is cheaper. I would have taken Tyler Johnson. For sure.
Again.
Fuck, I didn't realize that. Yeah,
again,
Tyler Johnson cheaper.
A swing and a fucking miss. Dude.
Yeah, this was a swing. I don't want to call this one a swing.
It's not a big miss.
Because I think it's not. Yeah, I think Yanni Gord is a very reliable player and will have a good return for this team. I just thought that Tyler Johnson was the pick here.
And who knows? Maybe Yanni Gord fits their scheme better than Tyler Johnson would. You know?
That's true. It depends on the style, too, that you're planning around.
I mean, who knows with these guys that they've drafted, what kind of style they're going to fucking have, dude?
Yeah, true.
From the Vancouver Canucks, they chose Cole Lind. Or no, I'm sorry. I skipped the Toronto Maple Leafs because this is actually a good pick.
Yeah, it is.
From the Toronto Maple Leafs, they selected Jared McCann. I think this is a great.
They are one player away from uniting Pittsburgh's entire third line.
All they
Oh
need
yeah,
is,
that's what Adam pointed out. Adam pointed that out. Yeah.
Did he?
Zach
Oh,
Aston
yeah,
is-
yeah. Getting Tanev and McCann. Yeah, you're right.
Mhm.
Yep.
So I mean, they're going to have an awesome fourth line, and that's pretty much it. Maybe
And a decent second line. I think they'll have a decent second line.
Well, their second line would be Gord, Tanev, and McCann.
Look, okay.
That's not bad.
I'm not even going to start pinpointing players at this point. What I'm going to say is we talked about this, that Seattle wanted to do not the complete opposite, but they wanted to do what Vegas did, but better. I understand a lot of the players don't jump out at you. Again, a lot of the Vegas players didn't jump out at us.
No, they did not.
And I don't think that, and I'm not saying that what Seattle drafted in this expansion draft are equivalent to what Vegas did. But at the same time, we're sitting here in what is this going into year 4 now, right? Is this year 4? Is it longer than that? I don't fucking know.
No, going into year 4.
Going into year 4, and they're already in cap hell. Yes, they have a guy like we talked about. We talked about Mark Stone, very reliable captain. That was a good signing. But they are in cap hell because they have all these guys that are, middle to borderline top 6 guys that are just reliable, that are going to need contract raises very soon, and they're going to continue to be cap hell or lose these guys. So I think Seattle wanted to expand that out to where they're not fucked after 3 seasons. But
that's true.
Again, I think that there are some things that are going to develop over the next month.
Maybe even tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, it could be as soon as tomorrow. But you're talking about a lot of things that could be done between free agency, trades, not necessarily that these guys that they drafted are going to bring back a ton, but there could have been side deals if you take this, particular guy or whatever. We have no idea what's happening behind the scenes. But yes, looking at the roster, it's not very, flashy or something that says, oh yeah, this is a playoff team right out the gate.
Yeah.
Again, we didn't think that about Vegas, and it happened. I think that maybe the talent isn't there on their roster, but I think they have stuff ready to go, lined up, talk to free agents, things like this, that they're going to jump on that we just don't know yet. This is very fresh. This is within 28 hours. That's my thought.
They're built a lot like the Springfield Smoothies. They're just a bunch of shitters. Goddamn, I couldn't help myself, bro.
That's fine. You could do that.
I couldn't help myself. That was a fucking good one.
It's true. Just have players. Just show up and play.
That's a pick.
That's a good one.
Thank you. I was working real hard on that one.
I probably took the whole time while I was talking to.
Yeah, you didn't see the gears spinning, bro. I was sitting there, dude. It was like that fucking meme where it's the chick doing the math like in her head, and like all the numbers are lining up. Yeah, that's what was going on. Up next with the Vancouver Canucks, they took Cole Lind. I don't know anything about them.
That's a pick.
That's a pick.
Right.
Yeah, that is a pick. From the Washington Capitals, though.
Hold on. Before you move on, there was a pick that we thought they were going to make.
With Vancouver?
Yes.
Braden Holtbeast?
Oh, yeah.
Potentially. Yeah. But then I was also like, all right, if they're going to take Holtby, then you might as well have taken Price instead.
Price. Yeah. No, I agree with that, but we also didn't think Carey Price was going to be exposed.
Yeah,
true.
Yeah. Yeah, but that was surprising.
Speaking of goalies, Washington Capitals forfeited Vitek Vanacek, that's a pick for Seattle. I mean, he may develop into a really, really solid goaltender.
He looked good for Washington.
Potentially, but he was very underwhelming for Washington this year, but he is still very young.
I think he's your good backup for now, to be honest with you.
He's had good games, for sure. He showed flashes that he can be the guy. But yeah, I mean, this is more of a. I agree. I think he's a solid backup currently for Drager. But you never know. I mean, you have a. How old is Vanacek?
25,
I know he's
I believe.
younger. He's younger. He's 24, 25, I believe.
Vitek Vanacek. 25.
Yeah. He's young. He can develop, and he could eventually be your guy. Yeah, that's true. Adam brings up a solid point. He was supposed to be the backup and got tossed. He got tossed in.
From the good old Czech Republic.
Yeah, I think it's a solid pick. We talked about it just without, again, mentioning players. I think they did a solid job selecting goalies and defensemen. It was their forwards where they're lacking.
I think so too. Last but not least, I actually think this is a really good pickup. The Winnipeg Jets essentially gave them Mason Appleton. I think this is a great pickup for.
It was a no-brainer at this point too.
Yeah. That he can. He's still young. Has time to develop into a really solid top six winger. I think that was a great pick. Great pick on their end.
I like that pick a lot too. Mason Appleton was the guy to choose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah. This wasn't really a surprising one. Go ahead. Go ahead, Scott.
No, I was just agreeing with you guys. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, solid pick for sure. That's it on the expansion.
Yep, that pretty much sums up the players that were picked by the Seattle Kraken.
Overall,
there's been
good drafts. I think
too.
that was a pretty smart draft by them.
I think on
It
some
will-
picks,
it can be.
but they swung and missed on a lot of picks.
They did.
I wouldn't say
They
a
did.
lot. I think there was a handful that they swung and missed on.
Yeah, but the players that they swung and missed on could have made their
All
teams
right.
so much better.
You're right. Yes, I agree with that. But again, like you said, I think this comes down to the next day
tomorrow's the draft.
or the next month, to be honest with you, because there can be deals tomorrow. There can be deals over the next several weeks because free agency is open. You've got trades that can be made. You've got the
Free
draft.
agency's not open yet, is it?
Not yet. I don't
No.
think. Well,
After
Next
draft.
week. Yeah, next
yeah,
week, right?
the trade freeze opened up. Not free agent. Free
Yep.
agency is the 28th, I believe.
I think moving on. I think if there's going to be a big deal made tomorrow, it's going to be by the Kings with that number 8 pick. I think so. From what I've read, the Kings are open to moving the number 8 pick.
Yes.
I mean,
That's also going to depend on what the return is.
Yeah.
They're not going to move it just to move it.
Or Zach Rowinski. I'm talking like things like that, man. They're gonna
I don't
use
think
that
Vince
pick
Dunn
to
is
make a
worth-
package deal.
Yeah, but I don't think Vince Dunn is worth a number 8 overall pick.
That's true. Zach Rowinski is.
I don't. Now, yeah, I mean, we
In
obviously
this
have
draft,
to
do
add
you
on.
think so, though?
I think so. I don't think that this draft is going to be as deep as people think it is, especially because if you read the scouting reports, there's no player, including Owen Powers, that really wows you. Now, who's to say that this isn't a deep draft in terms of reliable top 4, top 6 guys?
Yeah.
But I really don't see, outside of maybe 2 or 3 guys, somebody who has that elite game-changing potential.
Yeah, not everyone
Essentially,
here. No one here stands out as they're going to be the generational talent. You know,
no one's
going to
be nobody that we're gonna draft is gonna be better than Brock Faber in 5 years.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
Yeah, Scott.
That's fair.
Yeah.
No,
No
agree with
defenseman
you.
that we can draft unless we can pull off Luke Hughes. Luke Hughes looks like he's gonna turn into something special.
He
But
might be there at 8.
He might be there at 8.
I saw the
if that's
Kings were
the
looking
case-
at some goaltender, though.
Yeah, the Swedish goaltender.
Yeah.
That's who I've been wanting us to pick. I think we talked about it a month and a half ago. That kid right now, I forget his name, but he's playing with
Weistetter?
grown men in the he's playing with grown men in the SHL, and he is absolutely dominating.
Really?
Yeah. I'll pull up his stat line from last season. Hold on, give me a second.
Please do.
Please. There's a couple of things that have happened, but I would spend our time here.
Jesper Wallstedt, that's his name.
Wallstedt, yes, that's what it was.
Wallstedt from the Swedish Elite League.
How old
Let
is
me
he?
pull you
18?
his elite prospect numbers. He is 18 years old. He just turned 18 last November. And now, if this ad blocker decides it wants to go away, I will tell you his stats from last season. So last season in the SHL.
You kind of want to do the season before that.
He what?
You kind of want to do the season before that because he didn't play many games.
Well, he didn't play at all last season.
With COVID.
He played.
COVID. Yeah.
He played in 3 tournaments last season. He played in the SHL. He played in the Sweden He played for Sweden in the World Junior Championship, and he played for Sweden in the International Junior Championship.
Mm-hmm.
This is an 18-year-old kid in 22 games in the SHL. So at the time, he would have been 17. 17 years old. At the age of 17, 22 games, 223 goals against average, 908 save percentage, 12-8-2 record, and in the playoffs he was 236, 971 with an 0-1-0 record. And then in the World Juniors,
971.
Yeah,
in the playoffs.
Good Lord.
And then in the World Juniors, he had 4 games played with a 2.40 and a 9.23, and he lost both those games.
So
9.23. That means they didn't score enough for him.
Yeah,
by those numbers, it was not the goalie's fault. This kid could be really special.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you never take your goalie in the first round.
Fleury?
We already have.
He's the only one.
Okay.
We already have somebody like that in the system. We have Lucas Perique floating around down there, but who knows how long he'll take.
I've actually heard that the Kings might have fallen out of favor with him, seeing how he signed a AHL deal.
Mm-hmm. I think honestly, man, if Wallstedt is still there, the Kings have to go for him. I mean, this guy, I have a good feeling is going to be a generational goaltending talent in the NHL.
I love Swedish goalies too. Never go wrong with Swedish goalies.
And those numbers is a 17-year-old playing against grown men in one of the elite leagues in professional hockey is
in Europe.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
And the only thing you don't want as a goalie is a finish. No? No? Come on, Zach. I'm trying to help you out. You're talking about
let me do everyone a favor and just there we go.
Honestly though, dude, I gotta give you mad props on the fucking dad joke though, dude. That was fucking I
had to go for it.
Elite tier, bro. That was elite tier, dude.
With that thought, I gotta jam out of here. So I'll catch you guys next week.
All right,
buddy.
Later, Alex. I'll talk to you before then, but see you next week.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll talk tomorrow during the fucking draft.
Yeah, exactly.
What's up next?
So we've had some shit that's happened other than the Kraken drafting a roster. We've had some deals that have happened. Obviously, brought up
Hello.
Talked about Barclay Goodrow. He ended up getting shipped over to the New York Rangers
for picks, right?
Yes. They traded. Hold on. Rangers acquire Barclay Goodrow from the Lightning. And they also hold on. Where's the full deal? Barclay Goodrow was traded to the New York Rangers by the Lightning on Saturday for a 7th-round pick in 2022. He ended up signing a 6-year deal today, right?
God damn.
6 year? I sent it to you guys. Hold on. I did not send notes today, so that's okay. Most of it's right here. I'm allowed to pull up multiple things on my computer now because I have one that can support it. I think it was 6. Hold on.
Up until he's 34? Jesus.
Where is Goudreau? I did send that today, right?
It is indeed a 6-year deal. God damn.
6 years, $21.85 million deal, $3.642 million AAV.
And that's not bad.
It's not terrible.
That's that's a lot of money for a fourth liner.
Yeah,
but Goudreau can pop off sometimes. Like
he
did
in San Jose.
Yeah,
he did in San Jose. He was he popped off in the playoffs for Tampa.
Yeah. So I don't know. I like him.
It's not terrible. That's the thing. They said it fits New York so well, and this was a good deal for them. Yes, it's quite the length here on the contract, but sometimes that's what you do. You sometimes extend the deal longer than it needs to, so you can keep that AAV down.
And it's one of those things where like 6 years down the line, is 3.4 really going to be that crazy for a fourth liner?
No.
That's 3.4 in 3 years is the
thank you.
The old 2.1.
Mm-hmm.
Just like 30s is the new 20s.
That's right. So hold on, who else? Jason Dickinson was traded to the Vancouver Canucks by the Dallas Stars for a third-round pick in this year's draft.
I want to say that's a fair trade on both sides.
But why would they get rid of Jason Dickinson though?
Yeah, that's my one thing that I'm like.
This was the only interesting piece of this is because I remember Adam saying that Dickinson or what's it called? Why can't I think of his name? The guy they actually took were going to be Alexiak. Dickinson or Alexiak were going to be the picks for Seattle. Seattle signed Alexiak, and then they still traded Dickinson for pick number 73 in this year's draft.
He is 26, so if he hasn't reached his projection.
He was a finalist for the Calder this year, wasn't he? Dickinson?
No.
Or was that last year?
Would have been last year or the year before because he's 26.
Yeah, I know. He was a late bloomer, but I'm pretty sure he was a finalist or in the top 5 for the Calder Trophy in the last couple of years for sure.
Yeah. It's like they're making trades to make trades.
I'm sure Adam will tell us. Adam will probably tell us here. Aiden Hill. Yes, Aiden Hill was traded to the Sharks by the Coyotes. He was traded there for goalie Josef Koronar and a second-round pick in the 2022 NHL draft. So Aiden Hill looks like it's a trade, but the crazy part is it's looking like Martin Jones, not only has he fallen out of favor the last couple of seasons, it looks like he might have played his last game there. As they obviously traded for Aiden Hill, and I think they ended up signing somebody or were trying to as a backup. So I think Jones is done.
Let me tell you the story of Martin Jones. Me and Martin Jones.
Me and Martin Jones.
I had followed Martin Jones since he was with the Manchester Monarchs, right?
Yes.
And I had praised him constantly. And I was like, this is going to be a great goaltender. He's going to be a starting goaltender in the NHL for sure. He could be the Kings starting goaltender one day in the NHL.
Mm-hmm.
He becomes the back of the Kings. Of course, he's great. He has the one good year with San Jose. And in that year with San Jose, I was like, no, I'm wrong. He's not going to be good. I was like, there's so many holes. And then I was, again, right about Martin Jones, that he's Swiss cheese. He's really not a good goaltender.
I hate that we fucking moved him for Milan Lucic, especially with that draft pick, because we could have gotten fucking Matt Barzal.
Yeah, when we didn't know they were going to flip him to San Jose.
Yeah. And what was it? Fucking Martin Jones, Colin Miller, and a first for Milan Lucic? Terrible fucking deal.
Yeah. That was bad.
Oh, yeah. God. That was trash. Moving on.
Yes. Nick Leddy was traded to the Detroit Red Wings from the New York Islanders for Richard Panik. Straight up. Oh wait, sorry. New
And a
York
second round
also
pick.
Yeah, I was
received a
gonna say-
second round pick. Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, it was the next line here.
I think that's
New
a
York
good pickup
also-
for Detroit.
Yeah, I think this was solid on both ends, to be honest with you. I think Panik, he was good in Chicago. He had his moments. I think he went to Arizona after that. I think they're looking for depth there on the forward line. They have good D-men. I think Leddy just probably needed a fresh start somewhere else. He'd been fine in New York. But obviously they wanted to. Oh, he has one season remaining on his 7-year, $38.5 million contract, which is 5.5.
I think this
signed.
was
It was more of a. It was a protection thing and probably a cap hit thing too.
Yeah.
I agree with Adam there. Yeah, Islanders are shedding a shitload of cap.
Yes.
They're gonna be scary.
They shedded some cap there.
I mean, minus Everly, like obviously that's a big hit no matter what, but still.
Dude, they can go out and get fucking Tarasenko.
Yeah, exactly. They can get Landeskog.
Fuck. Yeah, this will be very interesting.
And another minor but big deal.
Yeah.
Vegas Golden Knights acquired forward Brett Howden from the New York Rangers in exchange for defenseman Nick Simone and a 4th-round pick in the 2022 NHL draft. I think Brett Howden was a casualty of the expansion list. Because, Brett Howden was decent for New York. I liked him.
Yep.
And
I agree.
A blockbuster here.
Oh, yeah?
Blockbuster. Philadelphia Flyers acquired
no.
defenseman Ryan Ellis from the Nashville Predators in exchange for defenseman Philippe
Oh, that
Myers
one.
and forward Nolan Patrick.
That's good.
Then the Nashville Predators flipped Nolan Patrick to Vegas for forward Cody Glass.
This was a great deal. This was a great deal for all teams involved, I think.
Oh yeah, I think so too.
I don't know,
think
man. Ryan Ellis is older, dude.
I think
He's still good.
But he has injury troubles, though.
True. I don't know. I still think.
I think
I
it was a
still think he
solid
shows
deal
up
for
on
all involved, to be honest with
Yeah.
you. I think Philly needed that guy being Ellis. I think Cody Glass gets a fresh start. I think Nolan Patrick.
What do you
That
mean they
one's-
have Shane Gostisbehere though, right?
No, they do not.
He's the guy, isn't he? In Philly.
He's the guy.
So speaking of Philly, Shane Gostisbehere was traded to the Arizona Coyotes today for nothing.
Oh, really?
Hold on.
For
What?
nothing.
What
crazy.
else do the Coyotes get?
Yeah.
The Arizona Coyotes also got a 2nd-round pick and a 7th-round pick in the 2022 NHL draft
That is insane.
for nothing.
Hold on. That's a lie. They got $4.5 million of cap relief.
That's still it. Fuck it. You give a 2nd-round pick for that though. You could get anything for a 2nd-round pick at least. Like you could get a decent amount for a 2nd-round pick, and they chose to get nothing. There you go, Adam. Agreed. Dude was an all-star.
He needed a change of scenery, but I agree.
Disrespect, dude.
I think you could have got. I think there would have been teams willing to give up something for Shane Gostisbehere. I think he still is young enough and maybe just needs a change of scenery. I don't think he lost all of his talent overnight.
No.
I just don't see that as
He wasn't even necessarily bad for Philly. He just had a slump, and that was pretty much it. He was still one of their better defensemen. I don't know.
Yeah.
And other news that makes you say, why?
Why?
The Detroit Red Wings acquired a goaltender, Alex Nedeljkovic, from the Carolina Hurricanes in exchange for goaltender Jonathan Bernier and a 3rd-round pick.
That's a big why. Just it didn't
That
need
was
to happen.
their heir
That's a
apparent.
yikes. That's a yikes.
That was their starting goalie.
Surprisingly, I know a decent amount of Carolina Hurricanes fans. and they are not happy.
Ooh, Adam actually brought up a good point with Philly. I completely forgot that Hart and Sanheim are RFAs.
They're going to go to arbitration.
You think so?
Yeah. They're going to go to arbitration. Because, I mean, Carter Hart didn't really have that great of a year.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Not a year,
But neither
yeah,
did
but
Philly.
he's also one of those. What do we say about Gostisbehere? He had a slump,
Yeah.
the sophomore slump.
Well, some players don't ever come out of that slump, dude.
No, but I think
Especially
Carter
goalies,
Hart.
actually.
I think
Especially
Carter Hart.
a young goalie, dude. That's the problem with the young goalies. Is they
It depends on the organization to me.
you give video on them and they're fucked.
Gibson. What?
Leave
What?
him alone, dude. He never had a really good team in front of him.
Who?
Gibson.
Oh, yeah, that's not on Gibson.
No,
Hart isn't eligible for arbitration. Oh, so that means he has to take a qualifying offer, doesn't he?
Miro
But-
Heiskanen signed an 8-year deal
With
Solid.
who?
pretty good.
With the Dallas Stars.
Oh, wow. An 8-year deal.
$67.6 million.
Jesus H. Christ.
I mean, it's
He's that good,
8.45.
though.
Yeah, he's
Is
good.
he?
8.45 mil a season is solid.
That's your best
for-
defenseman right there. Your number one D man. You're playing 8 point. Yeah, you're paying 8.
Number one D-man?
Yes.
Yeah.
Then they're still paying John Klingberg to be their number one D-man?
Hold on. What's Klingberg's deal? Please look it up because his
Let's see.
contract is yesterday's something. What's his deal?
Oh, 4.2. Okay.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Okay.
That's yesterday's
still-
3.5.
But still, though, dude, like, I mean, I'll probably get some flack for saying this, dude, but, like, Miro Heiskanen is still kind of, like, unproven, dude. To give him 8 point fucking whatever for 8 years,
8.6.
that's
I
That's
just
a sign.
disagree. Or 8.4. Sorry, I just disagree.
that's okay.
Yeah.
I would have waited. I would have tried to sign him to like a bridge deal. Like, hey man, I'll give you fucking 5 mil for the next 2 to 3 seasons. Let me see what you got.
Absolutely not.
Adam said.
Hold on, Zach. We're getting out of hand here.
What do you mean?
What is Drew Doughty making?
Exactly.
12 mil or 11 mil or whatever it is.
Which is yesterday's 10.
Yeah.
I would.
How many
Miro at
Norrises-
8.5?
How many Norrises does Miro have?
8.4 for
Stanley
8
Cup
years
champions?
though. For
That's-
that long though.
That's 3.5 mil less.
I don't know, man. That's a lot of money
Ah,
to spend.
the-
Miro Heiskanen.
I-
Let me say this.
hold on.
Miro Heiskanen is still like 6 months older than me.
Great, fantastic. But
No, this is where I have to just because I think Drew Doughty is worth what we're paying him because of who he is, what he's done, and it's yesterday's 10 mil or whatever we've just established at this point. Miro, he's getting at 8.4 at his age
For
No.
8 years.
for 8 years.
8
No,
years.
I am not.
I
You're
don't
not
know,
getting a
man.
discount on that. No, I'm sorry.
I mean, that's true. On the flip side, if he does sign a bridge deal and he has fucking fantastic years,
Yes, he
then
can.
yeah,
get-
you're gonna have to pay more for him. I understand that aspect of the argument.
yeah, but that's
But you're
why
not
you
seeing
have-
my aspect of the argument of
No, I am. But
you
this
just
is why you
committed
signed
long term to somebody,
for
and
a
it's not just
reasonable deal.
pennies. No, that's not pennies, bro.
I didn't say pennies.
8.6
That's reasonable.
mil? That isn't even reasonable.
It is
I
for
think
what he's
so.
done,
For what he's done, I
And
think.
what
it's
has he
reasonable.
done?
and it's going to grow. The salary
Oh,
cap's
wait,
going to
wait a
grow.
Wait a minute,
What-
Zach's kind of right here a little bit.
No,
I can
no.
see his side. I can see his side a little bit. I can see just a little bit.
And what side is that, dude?
Based
the
off
side
of-
of logic?
no,
Okay, no. Okay,
Not
wait a
logic.
minute. Hold on a second.
not
No, but-
logic.
I think Heiskanen is going to be their franchise guy. He's gonna be their franchise defenseman.
Okay.
Do I think Zach has a point in when he says that he hasn't. It's not a guarantee that Heiskanen's gonna be the franchise guy.
Exactly.
There's no guarantee on anything, but that's
Yeah.
why you.
But that's why you don't take
That's true.
huge gambles
No,
on,
hold on.
young
This is-
guys who haven't proven anything yet.
But this is my point. This is why there's long-term deals and AAV. This is one of those situations where it benefits both parties. Heiskanen maybe gets a little bit more than what he's earned early on, but at the same time, if they believe in him and they want to keep him and not pay him $12 million a year because the salary cap's going to eventually grow, this is called a marriage in heaven.
See, 6.5, I can get behind. 6.5, I can for sure get behind.
But you would for sure not get it for 8 years, though. There's
Yes,
no way in hell
correct.
that
But
He's not signing that for 8
that's
years.
the thing, though, dude.
But they
That's the
wanted in
thing.
length. If when you're in an organ,
I'm sure both
They
of them
want-
wanted length.
they want. Yeah, I know. But at the same time,
I
if
want
they
length.
want, if
Of
they
your-
want to have the longer term, it's called compromise. You get the longer term because you're saying I don't want to pay X amount if you get to that point, unless you far weigh and exceed. Then you can restructure a contract deal. But it's the same thing when we get into this.
This is
with
all
other
just assumptions. It's all just assumptions.
Yeah,
It's all assumptions, dude. A
I understand.
22-year-old, 22-year-olds are traditionally signed to bridge deals. Show me that you're worth that money. What
get
if-
it.
What if in 2 to 3 years he doesn't become what you fucking want? Now you're stuck with him at 8.6 mil. I would rather be stuck with a higher AAV for the same amount of term, knowing for fact that the defenseman that I have is the stud.
I don't disagree there. But that's the thing. It's the give and take.
It's a gamble.
It's a give and take. If the organization has the cap space, the availability, the this and that, and can build a contender and still pay a guy more per season for a shorter term, great. But if they don't have that flexibility, you have to extend that term out and give him a little bit less, but you still have to make sure he's comfortable, the organization is comfortable, especially if you want that guy to actually grow into your cornerstone player. There's give and take. That's what I'm saying. It's yes,
I
you
understand
can
what
give
you're
him
saying.
10 mil or whatever, 10.5 mil for 3 seasons and say, yeah, total dollars, we're paying him less. And in 3 years, if it doesn't work out, okay, fuck it. But they're hoping and looking at Heiskanen as a player and what he has actually done. And they're thinking, okay, he's probably going to exceed this or at least push us to where we want to go. And we want to have flexibility to sign other players at forward, at whatever else. And they want to build a team around him. So you have to spread that out over years. There's no way you're going to do that.
The stat that Adam brought up is actually insane. I did not realize he was that good in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good. A little under a point per game.
Pollock is what he meant.
As a
Roman
defenseman, yeah. That's damn.
Trust me, I understand what you guys are saying.
Yeah.
But if I were GM, I would have tried to do a bridge deal just to make sure that this is what I want and what I get.
Fair. Yeah. Okay. No, that's fair.
I'm not disagreeing at all. I'm just saying that there's both parties you have to deal with. So that's all I'm
I
I'm
told him to suck my
disagreeing,
dick.
but respectfully.
Yes.
I told him, suck my dick, you're a
fuck
RFA,
you.
bitch. You're a RFA, bitch.
Oh, we already covered that one. Hold on. And you already covered How the fuck do you say his name?
I don't know.
I have no.
It's a
Scott,
last
do you have
name.
any? Does anybody? Najelovich?
I just know they call him Ned.
Ned. Okay. Well, let's just call him Ned because that's a very, very easy thing to say.
Is this
So
like a Giannis situation, or everyone just calls him Giannis because they can't say Antetokounmpo?
Greek last
Yes.
names are really hard to say, dude.
no, just call him the Greek Freak. It's fine.
Oh, that's a Nigerian last name.
Atentacampo?
Yeah,
Or oh.
he's Nigerian, but he was born in Greece.
Yep,
Oh, nice.
that's true. It's a Nigerian last name.
So hold on. Are there any other deals we're not talking about before I get Yannick Weber retired, guys.
I did see that. Yep. Congratulations on a lengthy season, career, man. 13 seasons.
Yeah.
I just err on the side of caution, especially when I'm handing over 8.6 mil for the next 8 years. That's all I'm saying. I exercise a bit more caution.
I don't disagree. I'm just saying there's it's both sides. Hold on. I do have something up, but I just want to see if Jonathan Tavares was cleared and should be ready for camp. That's good.
Good for him.
That is fantastic. This is an interesting development that I did see right before the podcast. Tarasenko could remain with the Blues despite trade requests.
Well, they don't have to trade him.
No, they don't.
Yeah, exactly. And it didn't seem like they even wanted to, which is kind of annoying, but
But you know what though, dude? The Blues doctors kind of fucked him. I don't blame him for wanting out.
Oh, I don't blame Tarasenko at all for wanting out.
No, not at all. I agree. That was still just an interesting development because it was basically like he trade requested. They looked like they were really looking for a trade, and then they exposed him in the draft, and it looked like he was going to go in the draft, and then that didn't happen, and they were like, okay.
Kings aren't ponying up what they want.
Yeah. I mean, this is going to be an interesting situation. And again, like I said, Carey Price, nothing alarming via injuries from the Canadians. So his picture with the full body cast was complete show.
Jesus.
They might still what Tarasenko has 2 more years left. They might just hold him for those 2 years.
They might. I mean, it's a possibility. It would be a decision. And a decision, like Zach says.
It's a decision.
It's a decision. So the other thing I just wanted to talk about, because we like to talk about feel good stories, and I know that's Zach's favorite. I enjoy feel good stories, but now I need to find his name. Hold on.
Stephen Johns officially retired from the NHL.
And his cool little trek across the United States.
Yep.
That's been quite the story to follow.
He's rollerblading, isn't he?
Yeah, blading through the... He had a name for it.
US.
Yeah. No, I was talking about the...
Fruit booting the U.S.
Was it the Nashville Predators draft pick? Come on.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, I just had his name up, and now I scrolled too far, and now I'm pissed. Because I had it up. What in the
Anywho, a Nashville Predator prospect. Can't remember his name. He's a highly touted prospect.
Hold on. Mental Miles. That's what it was called.
I love it. And you know what? I really liked Stephen Johns, dude. I really did.
Too, yeah.
Anywho, highly touted Nashville Predators prospect came out of the closet. Officially announced that he is gay, which I feel like came with a lot of support, and I love it, man. You love to see it.
Yeah,
now, granted, there's a lot of fucking alpha males out there who fucking, because I don't agree with it. I don't fucking care that you agree with it or not. This isn't.
That's not your choice, buddy.
I don't fucking care if you agree with it or not, and I don't fucking care what your book has to say about it, dude. I really don't. But as a human being, you need to treat them with fucking respect, dude. Put some fucking respect on their name, dude. Because the same respect that you demand to be given to you, you need to fucking give it out, homie. Because if not, people are just going to fucking eat your ass and fucking spit on your face.
That's right.
Not in the fun way.
I got it. Luke Prokop.
Yeah, Luke Prokop. Yep. Congratulations to him, man. I'm glad that he feels comfortable enough in his own skin that, you know, that he's secure enough with himself that he's able to come out like that, man. I mean, that takes a lot of fucking balls, dude.
He is
especially in such a macho man.
Hold on. He is the first hockey player signed to an NHL contract to publicly come out as gay too.
I'm happy for him, dude.
That's really cool. Yeah. Really
it
cool.
Takes a lot of fucking balls to do that, dude.
Hold on. And like you said, going back to alpha males, this is what you're going to get. Oh, well, why does it matter that he came out as gay and he's an NHL player?
Because it does fucking matter, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
that paves the way for so many other players, you know.
They don't have to be scared.
Exactly.
Yes. And that's the thing. Like, I understand, like, for us and our generation, like, accepting people mostly, for us, it's not a big deal.
No, it's not.
We don't care. But at the same point, you have to look at it as a whole encompassing job, career, what people expect, things like this, what it has been for so many years.
Yep.
When you're the first person, oh, why didn't you just keep it to yourself? Because people that are also gay and, you know, are uncomfortable with coming out with these situations, you know, when they have somebody else that has been there, now they have somebody to follow. It's like you had idols when you were younger to look up to, whether they be, you know, the same, you know, gender as you, the same race as you, all that. When we were younger, it was a little bit different. Like, you know, I looked up to a guy like Ken Griffey Jr., things like that. Like, none of that it wasn't that big of a deal to us. But at the same point, when you're younger and you're not sure what's going on, you know, you're different than everybody else. When you have somebody else that is in a similar situation as you and you have somebody to look up to and what you want to get to now,
that's huge.
It's huge.
Oh, yeah.
It's a big thing.
Fucking huge. You
So,
know, and
really
these,
awesome.
The reason why they shouldn't have to keep it to themselves is because they've been forced to keep it to themselves for decades now, dude, for centuries. Being forced to keep it to themselves.
And especially as an athlete. Like, as an athlete, you're always like, you're
Macho.
terrified of coming out because of that macho thing, but then also that, like, people have this perception, right, of like, if there's a gay man on a team with all men, then why should they be in the locker room together or something, right? Like, all of a sudden, like, because he's a gay dude, he's gonna be like sexually attracted to everyone in the locker room or something.
No, man,
you're not that cute, bro. You're not that cute.
I mean, I can't speak for like all gay men, but I'm fairly certain that a lot of them like well-kept men, dude. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm a flaming pile of shit.
Plus they like fucking other gay men. They know for a fact that these dudes in the locker room aren't gay men.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's so stupid, dude. Like, I hate it's gonna be so awkward for them to shower. Why, dude? I don't give a fuck. I'll shower in front of the
Yeah, look at my dick. I don't care.
No,
Make me feel better about myself.
Look at this hairy fucking pooper that I have, dude. Look at this shit. You know what I mean?
Hold on. My furry poo holes, if you will.
Yeah, look at my furry poo holes, dude. Look at this shit, dude. Look at it all day. I don't give a fuck.
Me neither. But, you know, I guess we're the minority apparently. But yeah, no, this is really cool.
Look where we grew up, dude.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still cool because, you know, most of the time, like, I don't want to be. I don't think it's insensitive because it's kind of true. I mean, this situation, it's like the same thing. Like, Michael Sam was the first NFL guy to come out, but he wasn't highly touted or anything like that. Like, not that it has anything to do with him. But now you
Rams didn't draft him for his skill. They drafted him because he was the first gay man.
Yeah, as fucked up as it is. Yeah, I mean,
not sorry.
But that's the thing. I mean, you have to look at these situations. And now you're talking about a guy that is actually a prospect and is signing an NHL contract with the Predators. And, you know, this is a big deal. That's the thing. Hold on. Yeah. I mean, that's funny because we know what's going on. I mean, it's true. They have nothing wrong with that, but that is funny. That is funny. Yes, Scott, you are also looking cute.
Yeah, I think that pretty much sums it up, huh?
Yeah, now we just have one thing left to do.
Talk
Right?
about burrs.
Burrs.
I got
You
water.
go for it first.
Oh, yeah, Scott. No, you did not have water, you lying sack of shit.
I had wine that was pretty good. Some fancy ass wine from Italy.
Is it Chianti?
Oh,
Yeah, a Chianti.
hold on. We need to know
Jesus.
exactly what you had so I could tell Gio about it. Because
Oh fuck. Oh, okay. Hold
Send
on
the
a second.
picture.
I sent the picture. I'm gonna pull up the.
Okay,
I have
I'll
no
send
idea
it
what the
to him
fucking
then.
name is. Yeah.
Never mind. I'll send it to him. He'll probably know what it is.
It was the Il Margone Chianti. That's what it was.
That's a wine.
2012. Yeah, it was nice. I really enjoyed it. Had the bottle, and
This
then I switched to a
fucking guy
vodka
goes to
ginger ale.
Ohio and gets fancy.
Yeah, of course. I still need to get fancy beers. I'm going to a brewery sometime soon, so I'll
What
let you guys know.
What brewery are you going to?
I actually don't know. I'm being surprised by the
Hold
people
on.
that are taking me.
Oh, you also need to look up how far was Roosters again? Remember we
Oh.
talked about that last time? You said it was
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
close, but you looked it up like the last couple of days you were there.
Yeah, here it is in Cincinnati, so like, I know for sure it's like on the other side of downtown Cincinnati, but like it's
You have to
still
go to
not
Roosters
far,
so we can live vicariously through you.
for sure.
But
Yeah,
brewery,
that's all
more
I
important,
drink
need to know.
wine and cocktails, so fun times.
Fucking fancy guy out here. Zach, we both had great notion, huh?
I had another one that I was actually going to review.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, go for
Or
it.
you? Okay.
Yeah, go for it, bud.
So, I had great notion, as I just mentioned. This was a tart ale with raspberry, blackberry, blueberry, and cotton candy with marshmallow.
Oof, that sounds so good.
It was fantastic. It was called Carnival. Is what it looks like. It's a sheep that is looking like he's from the
Cotton Candy.
cotton candy or the 70s or 80s. I'm not sure. But very good. I definitely taste the cotton candy and all of the fruit flavors. It wasn't. The thing is I really like that they made this into a tart ale because, I'm not super big on the sweet. Stout is it's a different kind of sweet. But cotton candy isn't usually my thing. Throwing this in a tart ale with cotton candy was fantastic.
Oh, I bet.
This was a
Okay, yeah, that's a moan.
That was a tenor.
So I had a couple beers. I had this one from Great Notion. It was called the Strawberry Shortcake. Really, really fucking good. That was a tart ale with strawberry and natural flavors. If you know Great Notion doesn't really do anything other than IPA, stouts, and tart ales. They don't really go into like the sour or smoothie range, I guess you would say. They don't really dabble in that. They're all pretty much like tart
Smoothie.
ales. But the beer that I'm going to review is from Creative Creature. And it's called Mason McCreature. And this is a smoothie sour ale with banana, acai, blueberry, raspberry, coconut, and vanilla. Bro, let me tell you something, dude.
I'm erect.
It is fucking phenomenal, dude. Phenomenal. Like, out of 10, this motherfucker gets like a 20, dude. Because when you're drinking it, I mean, yes, dude, like, when I drink beer,
You said
I like...
Mason?
Huh?
Where was it from?
Creative Creature.
Oh, Creative Creature. Okay.
Mason McCreature.
Mason. Okay.
When I drink beer, I like to know that I'm drinking beer. Like, I understand that aspect of it. But, dude, like, when you drink this, you don't even know that you're drinking beer. It's like you're legit drinking acai bowl from fucking... what's it called?
Yeah.
What's that place called?
Jamba Juice?
Jamba Juice. There we go. This thing's fucking phenomenal, dude. Lori's kind of mad because I bought her a bunch and I just had one, and they're kind of like limited release. So I need to go tomorrow to try and pick up some more. They've had it every time that I've gone, so I'm gonna try and get her some more tomorrow. But like I said, it's a 15 out of 10. So with that, I'm gonna go.
Put it in my butt. Oh,
It is phenomenal, dude. It is absolutely 100% one of the best beers I've ever had.
Oh, I definitely need to see if I can pick that up for sure.
So good, so fucking good.
Might need to save me one if you could find me some.
Yeah,
Or
I'll
if
try
you
and
can find more.
yeah. I'm gonna go to my spots
to
tomorrow.
finally get together at some point.
Yep. You and Dave fucking plan that out, dude. I'm open for whatever day. You and Dave plan it out. You guys are.
No, Dave needs to.
Plan it out once I'm in California and not here in a basement in Ohio.
All right.
But as always, ladies and gentlemen, make sure to follow us on all the socials.
Yes.
At in the NTRL zone on Twitter. You can find us on Instagram at itnz.hockey. And then on YouTube, you can find us in the Neutral Zone Hockey Podcast. You can find me and Daniel on the NZHL Media Show. You can also find me and Alex on the Dungeons and Dummies podcast, and then me and Dave on the fucking Zach and Dave Make a Podcast. I just realized that
we're podcast whores.
Yeah, I just realized everything I just said fucking included me in one of those fucking podcasts. I do way too many. Way too many.
I'm just chilling. I got this one, and I'm not even here all the time.
But you know what they say, boys.
Hope I get invited. That's all.
With that being said,
With that being said.